Hello everyone, thanks again for tuning in to my channel, to my video. So I'll be reviewing the Black Widow figure, of course, from Avengers Infinity War, the latest of the many Black Widows that have been released. So just want to show you the overall figure. I think it's really quite nice, and first impressions do matter, and they do give a good impression. So I think overall this figure really looks nice and worth the get. So maybe let me get to a bit more detail. Now maybe let's focus more on the head sculpt. I think I've since or read or heard some collectors explaining or even complaining that I think they could have done a better job. But I think if you take a closer look at it, I think Hot Toys really did manage to capture her likeness, her image pretty well. But I must admit, this is a bit of a I would say how do I put it, a stoned or expressionless head sculpt. So you know how intensive a fighter spirit, determined person Black Widow can be. So definitely a more agitated or even anger-filled fighting expression would have been good to have. Of course, the ideal is to have more than one head sculpt in a Hot Toys figure, but I think I've mentioned this before. I think it is rather time-consuming or even expensive for Hot Toys sculptors to make more than one. So I think on average they will just come up with one head sculpt for each figure. So of course the ideal, the best would be we'll have two head sculpt, one which is this head sculpt of course, and another one with her showing a more intense expression. Now regarding the hair, as I'm touching it, I don't really want to leave my moisture or bodily fluids there, or oil there, for body oil there for that matter. So I don't want to touch it much, but however I've touched it, or whatever times I've touched it, I think it feels good and it looks good. Definitely nice hair. Of course, I do admit with some and agree with some collectors. I mean, they could always do a better job, right? Things can always be improved. But overall, I'm really very satisfied with the head sculpt, with the hair, with the head in general. So maybe now let's look at the overall figure. Now, as I'm touching this plastic parts, okay, I can tell you that this really feels solid, feels how do I put it, rather durable. So I think it's Hot Toys' philosophy of improving its figure. So I think they really do improve it each time. So that's for the plastic parts. Really feels solid, good. Of course, not die cast, but durable enough. And the fabric I can feel here is definitely feels good, soft, feels real. So the zip, of course, looks authentic, but I will not zip it up or down lest I spoil or damage the figure. So overall, it's quite good. Talking about the figure and its outer covering of clothing. Okay, the shoes here feels quite durable. Now, I want to mention something here. So you can see these silver spots. So they have been known to drop out, and over here there's two more. So I think Hot Toys have realized that, so they do provide some spare, but I can tell you this is quite difficult to put on. I remember I have figures with this silver spots as well, but you need to have super glue for it to stick on, and for such a small surface area, I think it's very difficult to apply it onto the clothing if these silver dots do come out, because the glue might stick onto your fingers, and you might apply too big of an area, so the whole area might be covered with super glue, and yet when you stick on it, so there's a stain there, there will be a patch there, so it will not be as nice. It's very difficult to put accurately the surface area of the silver dot. very, very difficult. All right. Then next I want to talk about the accessories. Now, just now I had a bit of a practice off camera, so maybe I can show it to everyone now. I think it really looks good. So over here, we are supposed to put in this handle where she keeps her weapon or stick. So you can see that it really looks quite good and fits in nicely. There you go. So I think Hot Toys was really considerate or smart in a sense to put three different three different methods of using the weapon. So the one that's connected, the one that's separated, and of course the one only with the handle here, so that it can fit in nicely into the back of Black Widow or Natasha Romanoff for that matter. Right, so over here I got this other accessory. So this is supposed to be placed here. You can see here. I think it fits rather perfectly and it looks good. Sorry for that. So here I placed the one in, nicely placed it in, and the other one over here. So it really fits nicely and easily, and it's tight, it will not drop off easily. So it looks good there. This is the back view. So this will be the front view. There you go. So this is where all her weapons are in. So that's why I'm saying that the accessories are really good this time round. So maybe let me talk more about the hands. So the hands allow the weapons to be placed nicely in, so she can be wielding her weapons. So of course you can change the hand here, because due to time constraint I won't be doing it. Or you can use the hands for her to grab the weapon, both sticks actually, when they are combined together. So you got to lift up the thumb for this to be able to catch on properly, tightly and nicely. So there you go. So I think I always suggest putting the weapons in first and then taking out the wrist and putting in the appropriate wrist. But of course it really depends on how you want to do it. Sometimes it really depends on what type of figure or accessories as well. Sometimes you put the hand first, you attach the accessories, or you attach the accessories first like this and then you push in the hand. Right, so there you have it. This is my review. Good set of hands, good set of accessories there. But maybe just one more note. Actually the hands, right, I was thinking it could have one that have this kind of position, pointing, maybe pointing towards the enemy, or to ask people or fellow Avengers to charge forward. That would be good to have another hand or another wrist. So there you have it. This is my review for Black Widow. Oh, of course, sorry, still need to add on this stand. So I think subsequently all the stands will be the same design, the same pattern. So of course the names will be different for this series of Avengers Infinity War figures. So definitely worth the get, especially if you are a Black Widow or Avengers fan. So thanks a lot for watching. I mean, if you have any views or other opinions or comments, do drop me a note. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Don't stop collecting. Goodbye.